It's Midnight 35 with Bonefish Johnny. That was Surely, I Love You. Not Shirley, but Surely. A song by Rosco Gordon. I think I want to talk to you about Rosco Gordon and turn you on to him. So let's have a spotlight. Spotlight on Rosco Gordon. He was born in 1928 in Memphis, Tennessee. Taught himself how to play the piano. By 13, he had his own band and he won a talent show. And Rufus Thomas gave him a shot on WDIA. He started hanging out on Beale Street. He was with a group on Beale Street. They're known as the Beale Streeters, and it included Johnny Ace, Bobby Bland, and B.B. King. Yeah, the shorts. Did you know that B.B. King, B.B. means Bermuda Boy King, because he used to wear his Bermuda shorts all the time? Yeah. Rosco Gordon's first record was in 1951, and it's called I Saddled the Cow and Milked the Horse, which kind of sets the whole template for his thing. It's like a country whack title about being messed up, either from her kisses or wine and whiskey. Pretty much his theme. And his piano playing. Let's listen.
I saddled the cow, and then I milked the horse. Then I beat the time clock, and then I punched my ball right in the nose. Because you hugged me last night so tight, alright.
Okay, what's happening with the piano riff? Have you ever heard anything like that? There has never been anything like that. Yeah, you can hear influences and antecedents, but you never heard that exact groove. It's singular. It's even singular to Rosco Gordon. He never did it again, which is very Rosco Gordon-ish. That's his thing now, his vocal. When there's reviews of Rosco Gordon, they always say, his eccentric vocals lift the material above its otherwise mundane structure. Yes, he's just doing basic blues about getting high. You heard him, he was crooning, he's slurred his speech. You don't know if he's loaded or if he's just having fun. And Rosco Gordon takes it to a whole other level. Let's start with something like, say, Weeping Blues. Okay, there are crying songs that have crying in them. I keep track of these things, like, Some are more contrived than others. Some are completely authentic, like Teamy Euro and When She Whimpers in Hurt. That's real and authentic, and I know it is because she's done it live every time in that song for the last 50 years. But as you can hear, Rosco Gordon is crying through the whole first chorus of the song as the intro. He cries the entire song, and by the end he's sobbing. So as far as the cry in his song, I would find this song to be the weepiest. So that alone deserves a spotlight.
I don't right to leave me alone. She didn't have no right to leave me. I no right to leave me alone.
Just raw. His first big hit was called Booted. And, Ike Turner recorded this in somebody's living room on the guy. And it became a big hit.
Jack, man, have you ever been booted?
You said booted?
Yeah, man, booted.
Booted?
I'm gonna find my baby, I'm gonna find her tonight. 'Cause she's stepping out and dying right. She treat me like dirt, she treat me like sand. Well, she kicked me out by another man. She really booted me out, man, I mean out. Now the dug.
I mean, his stuff is just, you want to get high? Let's get high. It'll be our ruin.
Let's get real drunk. Let's let it be our ruin. Woo! Let's start out on whiskey. Let's let it be our ruin. Let's get so high till we wonder what we're doing.
I mean, sometimes he's so messed up he can't even get the words out. He's literally tongue-tied. He Also, as you're listening, shout out to his drummer from the beginning, Murray Daly. I mean, it's not so much he's responding to where Roscoe's taking it, although you can imagine that Rosco Gordon would need a drummer who could hang with that stuff. So, but when you listen, you can hear the drummer seems to be, he's having his own party going on at the same time. It's great. Probably the most loaded tune of all, and it's one of my favorites, would be Cheese and Crackers.
Now I was sitting in a bar, tight as a bat, but up walked to me an old alley cat. He looked at me and said, "My son, cheese and crackers, anyone?" I said, "No, I don't like 'em. No, I don't like 'em. No, I don't like 'em. That's why I said no."
See, I think that should be the standard. I think every band should cover Cheese and Crackers, but you could change it from, doesn't necessarily have to be Cheese and Crackers. It could be anything that you want to refuse in such a manner. Coronavirus, anyone? I said no, I don't like 'em. An idea, anyway. One of Rosco Gordon's biggest successes was a dance called the Chicken. And he would accompany himself by having a rooster on his piano, rooster by the name of Butch. And as you can see here in the movie Rock It, Baby Rock, or is it Rock Baby Rocket? I'm not sure of the movie, but it's got Rosco Gordon and his band and Butch doing like a follow-up to the chicken.
Presenting our special attraction, Rosco Gordon and the Red Tops doing Chicken in the Rough.
Chicken, 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 yeah, chicken.
So apparently Butch would be pecking out of a whiskey glass, drinking whiskey, and Rosco Gordon said he became an alcoholic and died of consumption. That's terrible, Rosco Gordon. Let's mourn Butch, who would wear little outfits that would match Rosco Gordon's. I would like to see that, but I have to say this is another reason why we need to spotlight Rosco Gordon. As an aside, a chicken dance became a Memphis thing. You had Rufus Thomas doing the funky chicken in the 70s.
Do the funky chicken now. 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 Do the funky chicken now.
And more recently, local P. Fizzle's got a chicken dance.
Chicken, 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 chicken.
So all this is going down at 706 Union Avenue, of course. Memphis Recording Service. Soon to become Sun Records. Rosco Gordon was a charter member, and you know what happened down there. All these white hillbillies started coming in who were fans of Rosco Gordon and Junior Parker and other Sun label acts. They were doing a thing people started calling rockabilly. It's always thought that this is a spontaneous creation. Although I'm going to play for you a Rosco Gordon recording called Sally Joe. Take a listen.
I got a gal whose name is Sally Joe. I got a gal whose name is Sally Joe. When it comes to rocking, a man she melts the snow. Oh, I got a gal named Joe. She rocks on the mountain, boy, she rocks down below.
This is regarded as one of the very few, if not the only, black rockabilly song. I don't know if it's a parody of rockabilly or maybe it was preceded rockabilly. It was contemporaneous to rockabilly. It was right there. But it's another reason to spotlight Rosco Gordon. I hope you've noticed something very specific about all these tunes, and that's that very pronounced offbeat on the right hand there, that bang on the piano. This has been described a lot of different ways. Loping is a very common term. I read one says shambolic, loping, groove combination of various things. And yes, you can find antecedents to a style, but Rosco Gordon really led with the offbeat. It was his thing. It became known as Roscoe's rhythm. Here's the man himself discussing it.
Down in Memphis, down in Memphis. Sam, he coined the phrase, said nobody gonna play your music. Said, and I don't know what it is. Said, it's not the blues, it's not pop, it's not rock. So we're gonna call it Roscoe's Rhythm. That's what he called it, Roscoe's Rhythm.
All right, now let's take a side trip right here to Jamaica, where in the late 50s, the working class people are enjoying American rhythm and blues as promoted by various mobile discos known as sound systems, run by people such as Cox and Dodd and Duke Reed. And the popular music is the really humping old R&B, such as Amos Milburn and, say, Rosco Gordon. Huge Rosco Gordon fans. His popular blues hit here in the States, No More Doggin', was #1 in Jamaica for like a year. As rock and roll was changing and getting smoothed out and a lot of the raw stuff wasn't happening, the Jamaicans said, well, we have to maybe we can make our own. And Cox and Dodd started to record. And so he cut his first cut was with Theophilus Beckford, Easy Snappin'. But first let's play a little bit of No More Doggin' by Rosco Gordon. Check this out.
No more dogging, pull it around with you.
Now here's Easy Snappin' by Theophilus Beckford, recorded in Jamaica by Cox and Dodd.
Last night, Papa coming down, he stood across the door. Mama said, no, Papa, pull your real gun down. Easy snapping, easy snapping.
So yeah, kind of like that. So it could be said, and it has often been said by the people who were there, that Rosco Gordon sort of invented ska and therefore reggae. Plenty of reason for spotlight. So Rosco Gordon had another tune that became his most popular blues song. It became a standard. If you're a blues fan, you've heard it a bunch of times. If you're a blues musician, you've performed it yourself a bunch of times. I certainly performed it. We're going to rock out right now with a version with my band, Shag Daddies, backing up legendary New Orleans singer Luther Kent with his keyboard player Bruce Elshanshan sitting in, circa 1999, doing this Rosco Gordon tune. See you on the other side.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Little Bit. One of the biggest blues songs ever. Rosco Gordon got no royalties for that. He got paid $300 or something for cutting the tune. He didn't get royalties for any of his songs. He got sued and people were suing, fighting over him. The biggest names, the most notorious names in the biz. He got nothing for it. His second wife, Barbara, they got married. They kind of settled down in Louisiana. Then the story goes, with the money he won in a poker game, winning hand that had 2 deuces, he bought a dry cleaning business in Queens, New York, and him and Barbara moved on up. That may or may not be the end of the story, but right now I'd like to introduce a new portion of the show called Record Love, and I'm going to love a record for you. So here I have this record. Yeah, so here I have this record. The A side is Jesse James by Rosco Gordon. The B side is You Got My Bait. Okay, so I got this in the mid-'80s when everybody was dumping their record stock because of the new CDs that were coming in. Now, so I'm digging the crate, and I find this, and I'm looking it over. First of all, it's absolutely beautiful. The green and the black, the art, and to me it looked like the 60s. On the internet they were saying that it looks like a smiley face. You know, indeed. So, Rosco Gordon, as far as I knew at the time, was a little bit 50s blues guy on Sun. So, but apparently he's on Soma Da. That's what I thought. See, vaguely psychedelic. So I thought, I saw S, Soma, you know, like Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, the drug Soma, you know, like LSD. So this looked very 60s to me. Now, I couldn't go look it up, there's no internet. Oh, if you see the tag, that means obviously I'm going there. So I'm gonna put that tag on whenever I go there. So also, even nowadays, people, when you're digging a crate, you can't stop and look it up what it is. You have to make some assumptions when you take it up front, and then you can listen. So, but I thought it's a 60s thing. You Got My Bait had a vaguely garage era feel to it. I'm putting this thing mid-60s, right? You Got My Bait with Rosco Gordon, who may or may not be who I think it is. I don't know. I buy the record. It was less than $1. So I take it home and I listen. And much to my pleasure, it's a low down, kind of greasy, blues, rocky groove, very garage bandy, and kind of a crooning, very Elvis kind of feel coming in. Hear me talking to you, baby. Let's listen.
Talking to you, baby. I hear me loud and clear. Hear me talking to you, baby. I wanna whisper in your ear. Well, you love to flirt because you know that I hurt. Boy, you got my baby. No, you ain't a good looking, but your water is a boiling a hot dog. You got what it takes to get everything I've got. You old devil, you just won't be true.
my baby.
So, I'm thinking, white guy. It's a different Rosco Gordon. Also, the original Rosco Gordon, sometimes they spelled his name with an E at the end of Rosco. So maybe this is a different Rosco Gordon. Now people, I can't go look this up. All I know, there's one Rosco Gordon, except now I have a record, apparently there's another Rosco Gordon, the white guy. I've nowhere to look it up. There's no reference guide or anything, or discographies. So I asked my friends in the know, you know, or when I'm at record conventions or whatever, I'm asking around. So what about, do you know anything about Rosco Gordon? He's on Soma Da, and he's like a 60s garage rocker thing. And he's a 60s garage rocker thing, and he's not the other Rosco Gordon. And they're like, oh, we only just know the one Rosco Gordon. That's all there is. I go, no, this isn't that Rosco Gordon. You know, they never heard of the label. So for years, my loving record here, loving this record, thinking it's some obscure Rosco Gordon. Well, now I know better. First of all, it's not Somada, it's Jamada. Jamada. It's actually a short-lived label with Johnny Nash. Now, you could, if I noticed the writing credit before, I would have realized it's Rosco and Barbara Gordon. That's Rosco and his wife Barbara, which I now know. I now know that this record came out in 1966. So to leave this section of the show and to go back to finish our story of Rosco Gordon. Yeah, that crooning. Yeah, I think Rosco Gordon kind of invented Elvis. I think he did. Reggae and Elvis. So, Roscoe's still in the game. In 1969, he's even got his own label. But he's got his own label called Babrock. And the first release, 001, is Giddy Up, featuring his son, Mark, who sounds to be like only 6 or 7, and it's a rocking jam. Rosco Gordon original. I woke up, had to walk the dog, had to feed the hog with swamp guitar. Dig it. As time goes by, the 70s, we don't know where Rosco Gordon, what's happening. So by the late 70s, something unique is happening. Jamaican music, which has gone from ska into rocksteady, has become reggae. And it's being popularized around the world by certain artists.
As the American influence music come past through down there, you know, them start to kind of get more. It used to be a music almost like a half blues. I used to play before the ska start, you know. Cha-na-na, cha-na-na-na-na, cha-na-na, cha-na-na-na. You know that music? Right. Used to play that plenty.
And they're all saying that Rosco Gordon started it all. And in 1980, Coxsone Dodd himself went up to New York and cut some tracks with Rosco Gordon and released on Studio One Rosco Gordon. One of the tunes was A Night in Jamaica. Now, what does it sound like? All I've heard from reviews is that it's not reggae and it doesn't sound very good. In 1984, Barbara Gordon dies of cancer. And within a couple of years, Rosco Gordon is ready to come back on the scene. Now, what's that like? Ladies and gentlemen, Rosco Gordon live, 1994.
I don't want much. I just want a little bit. I don't want it all. I'm going to tell you. A little bit. Just a pretty weeny bit. I want a pretty weeny bit of your love. Turn the lights down low.
Oh my God, what do you think? I mean, is he not? He's the ultimate. He's the baddest. He's great. Rosco Gordon rules. Rosco Gordon kept on. He was in Martin Scorsese's Blues series in 2000. And there's a scene where Roscoe's walking down Beale Street and commenting how lame it is. It's beautiful and sad. He goes into a record store and there's no records by the Beale Streeter on Beale Street. He did an album with Duke Robillard in 2000, I think, and he won a W.C. Handy Award. Rosco Gordon passed away in 2002. A couple years after that, posthumous album came out called No Dark in America. And that's Roscoe's response to 9/11. And we're going to listen to a bit before we go. It's Rosco Gordon-y as can be, and the artwork on the album cover is very beautiful. Let's luxuriate over that and say goodbye to Rosco Gordon.
Dry your eyes. Face tomorrow. Give strength to America. You can't rest in sorrow. We lost a lot. 9/11. Be strong, America. There's no dark that always light in America.
Gonna ask you to stream me, baby, to subscribe. So I want to sing a Rosco Gordon song for you on our way, because it's way past, just past, half past. And today is tonight, and tonight is today, and the break of dawn is miles away. Within and without the blues, I want you to stay. I'm gonna sit right here, wait until my baby comes home. Well, I know I never did any one wrong. I hold my head up high, I never lose my smile. I might cry, but it's down inside. I'm gonna sit right here, wait until my baby comes home. Tell me what have I done wrong? I'm out of my mind, why can't we get along? you, babe, don't want no one else. I'm gonna sit right here, wait until my baby comes home. I've been sitting here such a long, long time, watching these walls, I'm gonna lose my mind. Won't you please come back and try me one more time before I go insane? Tell me, tell me, tell me, what have I done wrong? I'm out of my mind. Why can't we get along? This can't be life, but this can't be death. Without you, babe, don't want no one else. I'm gonna sit right here, wait until my baby comes home.